Hi guys, I hope you are all doing well and looking forward to practice together. I plan to guide you through a Vinyasa flow. We go sometimes upside down. I will try to turn you back and front on your yoga mat, so just keep your eyes and your ears open and don't be worried. Sometimes it can happen that we can get lost, but it's all good. Have fun. So let's find a comfortable seated position. Feel free to cross your legs or sit up on your heels if that feels more comfortable. It's not really important for us at this moment. Wiggle the hips, release down your arms, close your eyes, seal your lips. Start to breathe in and out only through your nostrils with your full yogic breath, guiding the air down to the lower lobes of our lungs, and then allowing this air to fulfill the ribcage. The air comes all the way up till the collarbones, and then gently, fully empty your lungs. With the help of this breath, start to scan your body. What's going on? What's happening under your skin today? How does it feel to sit down here? Find sensation in your shoulders, in your heavy, relaxed arms. Without any movement, without looking there, notice the connection points between your legs and your hands, or your lap and the top of your hands. Guide the air, the breath, down into the pelvis. Take a deep breath into the hip joint and release the tension from there on your exhalation. Let your breath guide the focus down into your legs. Breathe into your knees. Release them as you exhale. Keep observing, scanning the body all the way down to your toes, all 10 toes. Let everything become a little heavier as you breathe out. Bring the focus back to your face, back to your head, and soften your muscles on your forehead, around your eyes. No wrinkles, no clouds anymore. Relax your cheek, your nose, those little muscles around your ears, around your lips. Relax your jaw. Let the crown of your head reach up towards the ceiling, but minimize the effort. Just enough muscle power to maintain your seated position. No need for further engagement, not yet. With your eyes closed, imagine, visualize a bubble around you. A bubble that keeps you protected, that keeps you safe. Everything that's inside of this bubble is yours. Everything that's inside of this bubble makes you feel good, makes you feel happy. What would you like to bring into this bubble? Or who would you like to bring into this bubble? Take a moment to think about it. The space is limited, so you have to be careful who or what can fit into this bubble. With whom you would like to share this peaceful moment, this protection provided by the bubble, the ease, the lightness that surrounds you. Who or what could be part of this. It can be a person, it can be your favorite puppy, it can be a nice memory, it can be an event, can be an action, can be anything that makes you feel nice and warm. Things or people who are precious for you, those who you would like to include in this bubble. Guide the two hands into Anjali Mudra in front of your chest. And I would like to invite you to offer up the practice today to those who are included in this bubble, to all those things, all those people who are important for you, who all contribute to your happiness, with whom you would like to share this safe, peaceful place that surrounds you. Dedicate, offer up your energies, your hard work, your thoughts, your ideas to those who are inside of this bubble, surrounding you. Share everything that you create here on your yoga mat with them. And then guide your focus back to the physical body itself. Lengthen your spine, let the top of your head reach up high to the ceiling, but at the same time stay rooted through your sit bones connected down to the earth. Engage your bandhas, your belly lock, Uddiyana Bandha, by pulling in and upwards your belly button, and your Mulat Bandha or root lock by lifting the pelvic floor. The whole body is lengthening upwards without creating tension in your shoulders. If Ujjayi breath is part of your practice, it's time to engage it now. Constrict the back of your throat and press the air to this point of constriction to mitigate the sound of the ocean. On every inhale, and on every exhalation as well. Let's open the practice with one Om mantra chanting. Inhale to begin. Blink your eyes open, interlace your fingers, turn your palms out, and let's start. Take a long breath as you stretch your body upwards. And on the exhale, belly pulls in around your back and release down your head. Repeat it 2 more times. Inhale, lift, let your chest pop up, chin up. And exhale, suck the belly in, contract the body, squeeze the air out of your lungs. 1 more time, full inhale, press the palms away from the head and pause. And then exhale, belly in, release, empty lungs, and stay here for a moment as well. On the next inhalation, come back up to the center, separate your hands, gaze up to the fingertips. On the exhalation, let your right hand come down to the ground and walk further with your fingertips on the floor. Lengthen further through the left hand as you inhale. On the exhalation, you might drop the right elbow to the ground. If it's too much, don't worry about it. Just make sure that the left side of your buttocks squeezes down to the floor. Lengthen on the inhale. Go a little deeper down on your exhalation. Invite a little upward rotation on your next breath. Turn towards the ceiling and then close it down on the exhalation. Walk with both of your hands towards the right corner. Walk as far as possible, but be careful, the buttocks is squeezed to the floor. Look at your fingertips as you inhale, and then release down your head, exhale. Stay for 1 more long inhale. Keep the 2 shoulders even, press the left shoulder down to the level of the right as you breathe out. On the next inhalation, vertebrae by vertebrae, lift yourself back up, stretch the arms, touch the ceiling, And on the exhale, left hand goes down to the ground, walk further with your fingers, and open the right side of the body. Make yourself longer as you breathe in, and you might drop the left elbow to the floor as you exhale. Be careful, no tension in the left shoulder. Lengthen inhale, maybe a little deeper, we can sink on the exhalation. Turn your chest upwards, a little rotation, breathe in, and then close it down, exhale, and walk with both of your hands towards the left front corner at this time. Walk as far as possible as you inhale. Squeeze the sit bones back to your yoga mat and exhale. Keep the shoulders level. Inhale. Let the body sink deeper as we exhale. On the next inhalation, roll yourself all the way up into seated. Touch the sky with your fingertips. Make a huge circle. Exhale, hands are coming to the floor behind us. Fingers pointing towards you. Open the chest. Look up. If it's okay, stay like this. If you want a little more, you might lift your hips. If you feel that this is still not enough, walk your hands closer to the body and arch as deeply as possible. Full inhalation here. Feel the stretching in your hip flexors. And then on the exhale, walk your fingers back and sit back down to the ground. Inhale, arms over your head. Exhale, reach to the front and find your all-fours position, arriving into our tabletop pose. Hold your belly in, lengthen the body, and tuck your toes in. Lift the knees off the floor. And we start to create a little more heat in our core, in our abdominal area. Make sure that your shin bones are parallel to the ground. Your spine is parallel to the floor as well. The head is not hanging. Keep your neck as a natural appendix of your spine. The body weight is rather in the hands, in the front. Shoulders are stuck on top of your wrists. Hug in your lower ribs, and we hold it here for 3 more breaths together. Two full Ujjayi breath. Mulat Bandha is still active. Let the inner thighs be magnetized towards each other. One more full breath. And exhale. A little stretching here. Keep the body as it is. Stretch the right leg to the back. So nothing else is moving, only your right leg, like a cat. Inhale, touch the wall behind you. And then exhale, place your right foot back to the ground. Left leg goes to the back. Inhale, straight and lengthen. Exhale, back down to the floor. Keep the body weight in the center. Stretch the right arm to the front. Inhale. Exhale, bring it back to the floor. Left arm goes to the front. Inhale, reach to the front, strong belly. Exhale, right hand down. And then let's combine. Challenge your balance. Left leg goes to the back. Lift your right hand to the fingertips. Maybe a little to the air, maybe all the way to the front. And then notice how the body weight immediately goes more into our foot because it's easier. So this is not what we want. Reach more to the front. Lengthen, inhale. And then exhale, back into your lifted tabletop pose. Knees are still in the air. Stretch the right leg behind you. Freeze the left leg as it is. Press the right palm strongly to the floor. Lift up to the fingertips on the left hand. Maybe hover, maybe stretch. Reach, find your balance. And if you lose the balance, no problem, just come back and try again. Stay here for one more long inhale. And then take it back down to the ground, knees on the floor, exhale, and just move out those shoulders here a little bit. Side to side, make circles with your head, maybe bring the weight down to the heels and then circling to the front, up to you. Anything that feels good is just right now. And then when you are ready, move out the body, come back to your tabletop position. Left hand stays on the ground, lift your right arm up, gaze up to your fingertips. And rotate. Be careful, the right hip wanna pop out here on the right side. So we keep it in the middle. Belly button sucked up. Rotate your rib cage towards the right side. Gaze up to your right thumb. Stay here for one more full breath. And on the exhalation, bend your fingers, thread the needle, and the right arm is reaching far out, cross behind the left. Go as far as possible. Place your right shoulder to the ground. Make sure that your right ear comes more towards the front of your mat and then place it down. Lift your left arm up as we inhale. On the exhalation, the left hand comes either to your sacrum, or you might hook your fingers to the inside of your right thigh. Rotate the chest upwards, and then slowly straighten the left leg behind you. If you feel that this is the maximum for today, absolutely fine, stay like this. If you want a little more challenge, slowly lift your left leg to the air. Centimeter by centimeter, gradually go as high as the body allows you. Don't forget to breathe. And once you are on the very top point, inhale. For a little more challenge, bend your right knee. If you would like to touch your left knee, if you would like to touch your left heel to the glutes. If you want even more challenge, this right hand here in the front comes towards our left shoulder. Engage your bandhas, belly pulls in, one more breath. Nice, exhale. And then straighten back your right arm, straighten back your left leg. Inhale, flex your foot up on the top, and on the exhalation, tuck your toes back to the ground. The left knee stays straight. Bring the left hand next to your head. Lift your body up. Arch like in your cow pose. Inhale. Keep the left knee straight. Stay here in the front and lift your right knee all the way to the chest, or to your chin, or to your nose, or to your forehead. Tiger crawl. 3. Feel the hands pressed into the floor. All the knuckles, all the fingertips. 2. And 1. On the next inhalation, stretch your right leg up high behind you. Inhale. On the exhalation, place your right knee to the center of your yoga mat. As the right knee is landing down on the ground, lift your left leg and right arm simultaneously. Inhale. On the exhalation, bend the left knee, the right arm goes around, and catch the top of your foot, kneeing bow pose. Inhale, lift, and then start to kick the top of the left foot into that right hand. We don't want to dump down here into the left shoulder, so push the ground away. Let your heart shine up in the front. If you kick enough strongly, you can feel the stretching not only in the hips, but also in the right shoulder in this pose. Stay for one more full breath. Keep the left leg lifted and separate the hand. Exhale, hold for a moment. Bring the right hand back down to the ground. Kick up high with your left leg. Inhale. Shift your weight forward. Exhale into a baby push-up. The chest comes almost to the ground. Inhale, lift up. Exhalation, touch your forehead with your left knee. Inhale, open, look up. Shift forward. Chest comes to the floor in between your hands. One more time, inhale, lift. Exhale, contraction. Last one, inhale, look up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press the left knee back down to the ground. Sit down towards your heels. Stretch your arms to the front and then lift up your palms so only the fingertips are on the ground. Look at your fingertips, inhale. And then release the torso, exhale. One more time, inhale, look up. Exhale and release. Palms on the ground, look to the front, bend the elbows, but don't touch the ground with them, and sneak to the front between the two hands with your chest. When you feel that you cannot go farther, inhale, lift towards your Bhujangasana. Chin to chest, exhale, round the body and sit back down to your heels. Same story, one more time, look to the front, stay as low as possible. Inhalation brings us to the front. Exhale, chin to chest, sit back down to your heels. On the next breath, come back to the middle and then move the body if you want. Feel free to move around the shoulders or your hips or your head or anything that wants to move can be moved now. And then when you are ready, reset, come back to your neutral tabletop position. Hands under shoulders, press them into the ground. Suck your belly button upwards and we rotate to the other side. So at this time, the left arm is rising without moving your hips anywhere. Start to open the upper body to the left side. Gaze up to the left hand for 3, 2. One more full breath, reach a little higher up. And then bend your fingers, cross the left arm behind the right. Reach far away and on the top, place your left shoulder, left arm to the ground. Create space for your neck by moving your head more towards the front of your yoga mat. On the next inhalation, we lift our right arm to the air. On the exhalation, the right hand comes to the sacrum, or hook your, right fingers into your left thigh. Turn the chest upwards, look at the ceiling, and then straighten the right leg behind you. Just like we did it on the other side. If you feel that that's enough for me for today, you are very welcome to stay like this. If you want a little more challenge, the right leg lifts straight into the air. Point your toes and try to find your personal maximum today. How far, how high this right leg can be lifted. Hold it here for one more inhalation. And then here on the top point, slowly bend your right knee. So the right heel is about to touch the glutes on the right. Feel the stretching in the front of your right thigh and your hip flexors. And again, if you want even more challenge, maybe the left fingers can touch your right shoulder. If you fall, just be careful if your furniture is around you. Don't hit yourself, but otherwise, it's absolutely okay. Stay here for one more breath. Keep your balance. Exhale. On the next inhalation, we release the hands. Straighten the right leg back up. Inhale. Flex your foot. Exhale. Tuck your toes down to the ground. Keep the knees straight. Hands next to your head. Inhale. Lift the body. Arch. Look up. Stay here in the front with your body weight. Exhale. Round your back. Left knee comes all the way to our nose into tiger crawl. Once you can touch your third eye with the left knee, notice that we have to focus on squeezing the heel towards the glutes as well. Imagine that there is an orange behind your left knee and you would like to make some orange juice. So really squeeze it there. Stay for one more full breath. Hold it on the exhalation as well. Three-legged dog. Inhale, stretch the left leg up high behind you. On the exhalation, place the left knee to the center of your yoga mat. Look to the front, simultaneously lift your right leg and your left arm to the air as you breathe in. Bend the right knee, left arm goes around to catch the top of the foot. Kneeing bow pose. Kick into the palm, push with your right hand into the ground and let everything lift you a little higher up here. So your leg, your chest, your shoulder, your focus, your drishti, everything is going, reaching upwards. Don't forget about your ocean breath or victorious breath. Let your ujjayi breath help you to stay focused here on your yoga mat. One more inhalation. Keep the right leg frozen as it is, but separate the hand from it. And on the exhalation, our hand comes back down to the ground. Lengthen, inhale. Shift your weight forward. Baby push up. Lower down without touching the floor. Inhale, press back. Exhale, round the body, right knee comes to our nose, maybe to the forehead. Inhale, open, look up. Shift forward, bend the elbows, mini chaturanga. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to your nose. Last round. Inhale, we look up. Exhalation, lower, elbows next to the rib cage. Inhale, lift back up. Exhalation, place the right knee down to the ground. Tuck your toes in, lift back the knees one more time off the floor. Shift your body weight all the way to the front, almost like a plank. Inhale. Exhale, move to your heels into a squat. One more time, inhale to the front, a little more dynamic. Exhale, back to the heels. Stay here, lift your focus. Inhale. Chin to chest and rise up into our first downward facing dog together today. Exhale. Move the body, pedal your feet, some cha-cha-cha in your hips, in your shoulders. Say yes and no and a big yes with your head in the end. And then settle down and start to refine your downward facing dog. Make sure that your belly is pulling in, lower ribs are closed, arms are externally rotated, which means that your shoulders are going away from the ears. Keep it on your mind that our number one priority is a flat back. So if you feel that your back is curving, it can be helpful to bend your knees a little so you can lengthen your upper body. If your heels are easily on the ground, you might lift the toes off to make it a little more challenging for yourself. Let's roll through 2 rounds of vinyasas together. One is slow. The second one, we go with normal speed. So with the slow-mo one, lift up your heels, take a big breath.
If you would like to touch each and every vertebrae in your spine, ripple your body into plank pose. You might adjust the distance between feet and hands. Keep the body weight here in the front. Thighs are engaged. Inhale. Chaturanga for 4, 3, 2. If it's too much, put down your knees. And 1. Inhale, upward facing dog, shoulders down, or perhaps you stay in a cobra. Exhalation, downward facing dog, Ardhachandra-asana. Reset your downward dog, and we have one more round of the same thing, just moving a little faster. Lift the heels up high, inhale, roll into your plank. Exhale, bend the elbows, Chaturanga-asana. Urdhva Mukha, inhale. Exhale, Ardhachandra-asana, downward facing dog. Look to the front of your yoga mat and step by step walk up to your hands with your feet. Once you arrive, keep your feet hip distance away from each other for the sake of stability. Lift your body halfway up, inhale. And on the exhalation, let your muscles soften, release. One more time, inhale, stretch. Exhale, release. We repeat the same thing 2 more times, just more intensively. Inhale, stretch. And then just drop down. Exhale, release the body. One more time, inhale, stretch, full control. And exhale, no control, release. Shake off your head, shake off your shoulders. Gently bend your knees and roll yourself up vertebrae by vertebrae into standing. Enjoy this self-massage. Shoulders, neck, head comes up last. And then just shake them out, move it out a little here. Bring the toes together to touch. Tuck your tailbone, arms by your side. Tadasana, your mountain pose. Close your eyes. Press all 4 corners of your feet into the ground. Lift the arch of the foot. Lift your kneecaps. Squeeze the thighs, glutes are engaged. Tailbone is lightly tucked into neutral position. Belly engaged. Shoulders are easy, relaxed. Imagine that there is a hook on the top of your head and someone grabs this hook, pulls you up towards the ceiling. Make your spine a little longer. Reconnect to your Ujjayi breath. And remember, the intention for our practice today is to share the energies, share everything what you create here with those who are inside of your bubble. Blink your eyes open. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, gaze up to the fingertips. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, 2 steps or a little hop, Chaturanga-asana. Upward facing dog or a cobra. Exhalation, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up high, breathe in. On the exhalation, the right knee comes cross behind the left and squat down here. Inhale, stretch back, 3-legged dog. Exhalation, step the right foot to the front between the 2 hands. Keep your left heel lifted at this time. Arms are rising, high lunge. Look up to the fingertips. If you prefer, palms together. If it's not for you, separate, up to you. No shoulder-ear connection. Keep them separate from each other. Tailbone is tucking inwards, ribcage is closed. 2 more breaths. Grow a little taller as you inhale. Open into Virabhadasana B, into Warrior 2 as you exhale. The left foot becomes parallel to the short edge of our yoga mat. The right knee stays open, the tailbone is tucking in, pointing downwards. Strong arm, easy shoulders. 2 more breaths. That's our 3. Turn the right palm up, let the left arm come behind the body. Either catch your t-shirt, or maybe we can hook the fingers to the inside of the thigh. Reach far to the front first. Inhale, keep the right knee bent and reverse your warrior as you exhale. The right arm is reaching behind us. And remember, this is more of a side bend, not a back bend. So we feel the stretching in the right side of our bodies. If the fingers are hooked to the thigh, use them and help the opening of the pelvis by pressing into the groins with your fingers. That's our 3rd breath down here. On the next inhalation, take it back into warrior two. Exhalation, windmill your hands down to the ground. Move your right foot towards the center of your yoga mat. Lift your left leg up high, and we arrive to our first handstand hops together. So if you don't practice handstand hops, it's enough if there is half a second what you are spending upside down only in your hands. And it might look something like this. So it doesn't have to be anything spectacular. If you practice handstand, maybe that's the time when you want to kick up your left leg higher and you bring your right knee towards your chest. Or maybe you make an L shape in the air, up to you. Be careful with your lower ribs, keep them pulled in. And we have 3. And one more for 2. And the last one, or if you are upside down, hold it there. That's the one. For the last hop, instead of focusing on handstand, we are going into a Chaturanga-dandasana. Keep looking to the front. The chest stays here in the front. Left leg flies, inhale, and then lower the position into 3-legged Chaturanga-dandasana. Urdhva Mukha, inhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, and breathe out. Other side. Left leg flies, inhale. Exhalation, step the left foot between the thumbs to the front. Right heel stays lifted, high lunge. Be careful with the hips, level them to the front line of your yoga mat. Suck the belly in, tailbone points downwards. Arms are lifted, shoulders are relaxed. Focus on one point either in front of you, or if there is space in the body, we'll lift our gaze to the space between the 2 palms or beyond your thumbs. 2 more breaths. Let the left thigh bone be pulled back into the hip joint and the right is pressing to the front. Hips are even. Inhale. Open into warrior two. Virabhadasana B as we exhale. If it's needed, increase the distance between the 2 feet. The left knee points down, towards the left side of your yoga mat. The right foot is parallel to the short edge in the back. Strong arms without tension in your shoulders. That's not a relaxing position, but make sure that your Ujjayi breath is not suffering from the muscle strength or from the muscle work, let's put it this way. One more breath here. Sink a little deeper down as you exhale. Right palm comes behind the body, catch the t-shirt or the inside of your leg. Turn the left hand up, inhale, offer, exhale, reverse. Either look at your right foot or look up to the left hand, up to you. The left knee stays bent here in the front and the right fingers can help you to open the pelvis. The right leg is really straight in the back. Send power into your right heel. One more inhale. Maybe you can go a little deeper as you exhale. Back to the center, warrior two, inhalation. Windmill the hands down, exhale. Left foot moves to the middle of our yoga mat. Then we go for handstand hops on this side as well. So the right leg is lifting. Maybe it's a tiny hop. Maybe it's a little bigger hop. Maybe you have a little time upside down if you would like to experiment with your handstand. Up to you. Just make sure that there is one point when 2 elbows are straight, palms are pressed down, and your legs are, both of them, in the air. 3, 2, and one more time. 1. For the last one, no more focus on handstand, doesn't really matter, who cares? Look to the front, go into 3-legged chaturanga. So the chest stays in the front, the left foot is landing in the back. Take a breath, slow down the motion, 3-legged chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha, inhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana, exhalation, downward facing dog. 3 long Ujjayi breaths in your downward dog. Hug in your ribs. Press the palms firmly into your yoga mat. 2. 1. Look to the front. Shorten the distance between feet and hands, just 1 step or maybe just half a step. Legs together, bring the knees together, and we go for our classic tuck handstand hops, which means legs are squeezing, the thighs are squeezing, arms are straight, and I would like to move my hips above my shoulders. If you haven't done this before, it's going to be a tiny little hop here. If you have practiced this before and you would like to work on your handstand, and then move your spine into a vertical position, bringing the knees and the heels close to the body. Be careful. We don't want to break our toes. So try to soften your landing, like a little leaf falling down in the autumn from the trees. 5 hops. 3 more. If you are upside down, hold it there for 2 more breaths. And then with the last one, the same silent way, look to the front and land between your thumbs. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, release, and really release. Rise up, Ardhachandra-asana. Inhale. Arms by your side, Samasthiti. Exhale. We're going to repeat the same flow one more time, just moving breath by breath without stopping. Inhale, arms over your head, maybe a little back bend. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Ardhachandra-asana, halfway lift, inhale. Step or hop, maybe a handstand into Chaturanga. Urdhva Mukha, breathe in. Adha Mukha, breathe out. Lift your right leg up high, inhale. Exhale, right leg comes cross behind the left and squat down. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhalation, step the right foot to the front between the hands. High lunge. Warrior 2. Exhale. Left arm behind you, reach to the front. Inhale, and then reverse your warrior. Exhale. Center, warrior 2. Windmill, exhale. Move the right foot to the center. 1 handstand, 1 chaturanga. Take a breath, lift handstand, back down. Take a breath, lift up, and chaturanga. Exhale. Urdhva Mukha, breathe in. Adha Mukha, breathe out. Left leg flies high, inhale. I think I skipped the squat in the previous round. Anyway, guys, left leg goes cross behind the right. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhalation, step to the front. High lunge, inhale. Open warrior 2, exhale. Reach further in the front, right arm comes behind you. Reverse your warrior, exhalation. Center, inhale. Windmill down your hands, left foot slides out, right leg is in the air. 1 handstand and landing. Hop up and chaturanga, dandasana. Inhale, upward facing. Exhalation, downward facing dog. Good job. Connect back to that ujjayi. Use downward facing dog as a resting pose in our vinyasa practice. If you need more resting, feel free to drop down the knees. Child's pose is always there for you. Otherwise, we stay here for 2 more breaths. 1 more. Instead of going back to our hands, we go into crow pose. If you practice landing on crow, go for it. Otherwise, bend your knees, gaze in the front, and hop or walk with your feet behind your wrists. The knees are coming all the way up to the triceps or perhaps up to your armpits. Shift your body weight to the front. Grab the ground with the fingertips. Make sure that the elbows are stuck on top of the wrists. And if you don't practice crow, that's your position for today. If you want to go further, lift one of your feet to the air and then swap. If you are more advanced in your practice with crow, lift the 2 feet simultaneously to the air. Squeeze the heel close to the glutes. Maybe you want to press up into your handstand. Maybe you want to stay here. Up to you. Hold for 3. Maybe straighten your arms for 2. What's happening with your Mular Bandha? Still active. No jump back, look to the front, inhale, and then place your feet back to the floor behind your wrists, exhale. The legs are widely open, keep the hips low, Utkatasana, chair pose. The legs are not coming into a cross shape, keep them parallel to each other. Suck your lower belly in, release your shoulders. Focus up to the space in between your hands. 3. 2. 1 more inhale. And 1. Inhale a little more length. On the exhalation, we bring the right hand into half prayer's pose to our chest. The right elbow comes to the inside of the right leg. As you press your arm into the knee, press the knee back into the arm. So make sure that your hips are not shifting anywhere here. We rotate the body up without pushing the left buttocks to the ceiling. Hold for 3, 2, 1 more, 3. Back to the center, inhale. And other side, left hand comes to the chest, lower down. Let your left arm, left leg fight with each other. But if you push your right buttocks to the air, it's a little cheating. So come back to the center. Look up and let your quads talk to you. Don't listen, but let them speak. 3, 2. Stay connected to your Ujjayi breath. That's our one. Inhale, center, reach up, and then release. Exhale, shake it out, shake off your head, shake your shoulders. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Step, hop or fly, chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing, breathing. Downward dog, breathe out. Right leg flies high, inhale. Step the right foot to the hands, exhale. Pivot your left foot 45 degrees to the floor, warrior 1. Hands can be together or separate. Hips are squared for sure. Belly pulls in. Lower the position. If this is tricky for your knee, you might lift your heel, but otherwise, we squeeze the foot back into the ground. 2 more breaths in your warrior 1. 3. Look to the front, lift up your left heel in the back, inhale. The left arm is leading us to the front. The right arm turns outwards and then pulling to the front through the left hand. We find a reversed half moon here, Paravrita Ardhachandra-asana. If you want, left hand on the ground, use it for stabilizing the position. If it's not needed, you might keep your left fingers hover above the ground, perhaps a half prayer. Hold it for 2 more breaths. Hips are level, but it doesn't mean that your glutes are not working. The left leg is really high here. 1 more breath. And then touch the ground with the fingers, bend your left knee, and catch the top of the left foot with the right hand. Chapasana variation. Kick the foot into the palm, just like we did it at the beginning in the warm-up. Maybe play with your focus and turn your head to the right side. 2 more breaths here. And then look back to the front, inhale, Shiva squat. Keep your right hand on the left foot. Bring the heel close to the butt, and then the left leg comes crossed behind the right, and instead of focusing on your calf muscle, bring it all the way down to the Achilles tendon. Option 1 to sit here, option 2 to lift our hand. 2. And then for the last breath, you might release the foot, keep it in the air, full prayer's pose. Hands to the floor, inhale. Standing splits, exhalation, forward fold. At the same time, reach up high with your left leg. Hips are level, so the left knee is facing the space behind you instead of the side wall. The hands can be further out, closer to the foot, maybe on the leg itself. Hold for 3, 2, don't get comfortable in the position. The left big toe wanna really touch the sky. And 1. A little bend, just a micro bend into the right knee. Lengthen the torso. Move the right hand under the right shoulder. Open the hips, open the chest, flex the left foot. And we lift into Ardhachandra-asana, into half moon pose. The left heel is kicking up high. The belly is strongly pulled in. Take a breath here. And if you would like to make it a little more challenging, you might lift your right hand off the floor into that half prayer's pose. 1 more breath. And on the exhalation, Chapasana here as well. Bend your left knee, catch the top of the left foot with your left hand. Kick. Bend your standing knee, really bend it. Option 1, stay here. For a little more challenge, we bring the right hand closer to the right foot, or catch the ankle instead of keeping the fingers on the floor. 2, And that's your 3. Open back into Ardhachandra-asana just for one full inhalation. And then imagine someone grabs your left foot and pulls you to the back of your yoga mat. Inhale. Exhale, touch the very back of your mat. Keep the right leg straight. Smoothly land in Skandasana. In our Skandasana, the right knee is facing the ceiling. Not the front, but the ceiling. So there is an external rotation in your hips. If the left heel is in the air, we can deal with this. If not, we keep it on the ground, even better. Lengthen the torso wherever you are. If you need both of your hands, keep them on the floor. If you don't need, then the left arm is not behind, but in front of this left leg on the inside, goes further out. Meanwhile, the right arm is lifting to the air. Create space in your chest. Hold your bandhas. Reach up. Inhale. And then let's change our arms. Through a warrior 2 arm, on the exhalation, the right hand comes next to the left foot. Keep spinning, rotating towards an easy twist. But instead of stopping here for any long period, lift your left leg up, take a breath. Slowly with control, this left leg goes around our bodies and touch the floor behind you with the tip of your left big toe. The left arm is reaching maybe towards the floor. Option to hold it here, option to squeeze the glutes, press your hips even more, and perhaps hover the left foot just a centimeter above the floor. One more breath. Don't hold back your breath. Keep breathing, guys. Left hand goes down to the ground. Kick the left leg to the air. 3-legged dog as you inhale. On the exhalation, step the left foot to the front in between the 2 hands. Windmill the arms into goddess. Right arm, left arm, both of the feet are turning out. Arrive into your goddess pose. So the toes are pointing away from the center. No Latino butt. Tuck your tailbone. Lower ribs are closed in. Spine is long. Arms are in cactus. No chicken wings. Keep them strong. Lift up your left heel. Inhale. Exhale. The left elbow is coming to the knee. Not to the thigh. That's way too easy. To the knee. Open the chest and breathe for 3. 2. One more breath. That's our one. Drop back down the left heel to the ground. Stretch up high. Everything. Turn your feet in. Exhalation. Open the arms. Flat back. 90-degree angle in our bodies. Keep the knees straight, keep your arms straight. Inhale, and on the exhalation, bend down your right knee. Be careful, the right knee has a tendency to fall inwards. Press the knife edge of the right foot into the floor. Hold for 3. For 2. You might sit a little lower down. This is the last one. 3. Rotate to the side, to the right side, towards the front. The left hand comes under our left shoulder. And then turn your right foot out. Lift your left heel up in the back, like in an easy twist. Here, between your left arm and your right leg, there is the space for the left leg to move to the front. So take a breath. Bring your left knee all the way towards your chest without touching the floor with your left foot. Thread the needle, left leg goes to the front. Right leg joins, left arm joins, lengthen the spine, Navasana, both pose. If you want to adjust, modify by bending the knees, holding the leg, keeping the fingers behind you, as you wish. 3. 2. Reach a little higher up, inhale. Exhale, cross your legs. Hands next to you or in front. If you practice jump back, then jump back. Otherwise, hands to the ground. Chaturanga, Dandasana. Exhale. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Catch your breath. 2, 3 deep ujjayi here. And then we repeat the same thing to the other side as well. Starting with left leg, 3-legged dog. Right foot stays. Inhale, left leg flies. Exhalation, step the left foot lightly to the front between your hands. Right foot 45 degree on the floor. Virabhadasana A, warrior 1. Adjust, hips leveled, belly in, long arms. Everything
under your belly button wanna go deeper down. Everything above your belly button wanna go up high. Isometric contraction in your legs, which means we don't create motion in the body, but the tone is there. The scissoring motion exists in between the inner thighs. Lengthen a little more. Maybe sit a little lower as you exhale. On the next inhalation, lift up your right heel in the back. Inhale. Right arm comes to the front. The left palm turns out, and we move into Parivrtta Ardhachandra-asana, reversed half moon. You might use the hands for finding the balance, but once you get the balance, you maybe lift up all the way to your fingertips. Maybe no fingers on the ground, maybe a half moon, half prayer in your half moon. Stay for 3, 2, reach a little higher up with your right leg in the back, inhale. Chapasana variation, exhale. Bend the knee, catch the top of the foot. And again, kick into the palm with that right foot. So we find stretching in the flexors, in the hip flexors, in your quads on the right side, and in your left shoulder at the same time. 2 more breaths. Keep the mind clear. Let your Ujjayi breath help you to stay focused. Inhale. Shiva squat. So now heel comes close to the butt. The right knee comes behind the left leg. Not to the calf, but all the way down towards the Achilles. Look to the front. Try to keep your right foot in your left hand. Maybe there is a half prayers available in your right hand. If there is more space, maybe we can release our foot and bring the left hand there as well. Stay for 1 inhale. Hands to the ground. Exhale, straighten the right leg up into your standing splits. Square the hips down. If you want to walk your hands closer to the foot, go for it. You might catch the ankle instead of holding the hands on the floor. Your choice. Relax your head if there's space for it in the body. Stay for 1 more full breath. Hips are square, the right leg flies. Exhale. And then from this squared position of our hips, let's open it. So the right hip bone comes on top of the left. The right foot is flexing. The left hand comes further out in front of us, underneath the left shoulder. Slowly, with control, lift your right arm up. Find your half moon pose, your Ardhachandra-asana. If you want, turn your focus to the side, maybe up to the right hand. 2. Engage your legs, the standing leg, but the upper leg as well. Inhale here, and on the exhale, bend your standing leg. Bend the upper leg, catch the top of the foot. Chapasana variation here as well. So we kick into the right palm. Maybe the left hand is on the floor, but maybe it comes closer all the way till the left ankle. Don't forget, both of our knees are bent. Stay for 1 more. Exhale. Left hand comes back to the ground, straight and back. 1 full inhalation in full moon, in half moon. Exhale, right foot goes to the back of the mat and land in your Skandasana. The left knee stays straight, the spine is long, bandhas engaged. Be careful, the left knee doesn't want to look to the front, it want to look up to the ceiling. If your heel is lifted, fine. If it can be on the ground, even better. Hands on the floor, or right arm is on the inside of the right leg, left arm is up in the air. Open the chest, invite a little more shine, a little more air, a little more happiness into that heart. 2. Reach up with the left fingers, reach forward with the right fingers. Last inhalation here. And then through our warrior 2 arms, let's switch. Left hand goes to the ground next to our right foot. Keep turning, easy twist, but we don't stop here. Lift up your right leg, inhale. And as the right knee is passing the line of the torso, immediately start to press the hips to the front. That will provide you more control. The right foot comes to the ground. Back bend into Kamatkarasana, into wild thing. If there is more space, more strength left in our bodies, we can try to lift our right foot off the floor. Right big toe is hovering above your yoga mat. 1 more full breath here. 1 more full exhale. Inhale.
Right hand goes down to the ground. Stretch the right leg behind you to the air. Exhale. Find your three-legged dog. Inhalation here. Exhale, step the right foot to the front between the two hands. Both of our feet are turning out. Windmill the arms. Goddess pose. Tuck your tailbone. Remember, no Shakira butt. Sit deep down. Knees are open. Arms in cactus. Lift your right heel. On the exhale, touch the right elbow to that right knee. Not the thigh, the knee. Turn the focus up. Keep breathing through your nose and allow the body to sink into the position. 2, 1. Right heel to the ground, stretch up. Turn your feet into a parallel position and interlace the fingers behind the body. We go into Prasarita C. Inhale, lift your chest, hands are coming away from the sacrum. Exhalation, forward, fall down. Let the arms come towards the ground and instead of staying in our heels, shift the weight into the toes. Maybe the hands are on the floor, maybe not. Maybe they will get there at some point, maybe never. Doesn't matter, just feel the stretching. That's the only thing that counts. One more inhale. Fully breathe out on your exhalation. Rise back up. Inhale, arms over your head. Exhalation into 90-degree angle. Arms are open in an airplane pose. Inhale. And then bend your left knee. Exhale. And remember, this left knee stays open, so it's not falling inwards. Your upper body is parallel to the ground, just like both of your arms. The right foot is squeezing back down, so we stretch the right leg. One more inhale. Exhale, keep the left knee deeply bent. On the inhalation, rotate towards the front of your yoga mat. Right hand comes to the ground, left foot turns out. Here is this gate where we can bring our right leg through. Knee comes to the chest, inhale. Stretch it to the front and arrive into both pose, Navasana. Legs are lifted. We are getting close to the end, guys, so don't put it down. Try to keep your maximum. Inhale. Right knee comes towards the chest, the left leg lowers, and we move into Ardhachandra-asana, into half boat. For 3, 2, 1 more. Lift it back up. Inhale, boat. Another side. Left knee comes to the chest, right leg goes close to the ground. Squeeze the glutes, lower back on the floor. My one is not there because I have a microport, but it doesn't matter. Squeeze it for 3, 2, 1 more. Lift back up, inhale, boat. Exhale, cross the legs, hands on the ground, step forward. Hop, Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Walk with your hands all the way to the back of your yoga mat, to your feet. Grab the opposite elbows, relax down your head, relax in your ragdoll pose. Swing the body from side to side, maybe back and front. If you don't want to move, you don't have to. If you would like to make it more intense, then feel free to go as high, as far as it comes naturally. It doesn't really matter. If it feels good, you are doing the right thing. Let the top of your hands drop to the ground. Inhale here. Keep your head heavy and slowly squat down on your exhalation. If it's possible, we'll keep the shoulders on the inside of our legs. You might move your feet a little further from each other. Absolutely okay. Bring your hands up and then interlace the fingers behind your head. Gently press your chin towards your chest. If your body is sinking in between the legs, use the knees to squeeze the shoulders in between your legs. Like a little bird sitting on a bench of a tree. Hang out here. Maybe close your eyes. One more full breath. And release down your hands to the ground. Look to the front and slowly sit down here. Release your legs and we turn around. So turn around, lie down on your back.
Find a comfortable position. Would like to touch each and every vertebrae to the floor. Of course, it's not going to happen because of the natural curvature of the spinal column, but the feeling is that you would like to flatten into your yoga mat. We go for 2 rounds of back bends. The first one is Setu Bandhasana version, a baby bridge. The second one, if you want, can be a full wheel. It doesn't have to be. Make sure that your feet are enough close to the body so you can actually touch them with your heels. No external rotation in the legs. The toes are pointing parallelly away from the body. Shoulders on the ground. Tuck your tailbone as you inhale. On the exhalation, peel the spine off the ground and vertebrae by vertebrae, lift your body to the air. If this is enough, stay like this. If you want a little more squeezing, then move your shoulders closer to each other. Perhaps interlace the fingers underneath the body. Fire up your quads and press your chest towards your chin. 3, 2. Lift a little bit more, just a little more squeezing. Inhale. And then release it back down on your exhalation. Stay here only for 1 relaxing breath. Don't move anywhere. The second round can be exactly the same thing. If you would like to go further, place your hands next to your shoulders, not next to the ears because it's too narrow. Keep them in line with your shoulders. There is space for the body where to lift. Inhale, tuck the tailbone. Exhale, peel the spine. You might keep your shoulders on the floor. Maybe flip your head. Put the crown of your head to the ground. If you can go further, straighten the arms and lift everything into your full wheel pose. Hold it here for 3, 2. A little more pushing here. And then slowly with control, vertebrae by vertebrae, lie back down to the ground as you exhale. Hug your legs to the chest. Give a nice big hug to yourself. Lift your head as well. Maybe you can touch your forehead, maybe your eyebrows with your knees. Squeeze it here. And then gently rock yourself from side to side like a barrel. Stop the movement here in the center. Release the arms and step the 2 feet to the 2 sides of your yoga mat. So it's definitely wider position than it was before. Open the arms. If there is no space, cactus your arms. Take a breath. And on the exhalation, we drop both of our knees to the right side. If you feel already stretching around your left leg, you are at the right place. If you want more, put your right foot on top of your left knee. Turn the head away from your legs and then let both of your legs become heavier. And the weight of your own right leg helps you to stretch the front side of your left leg. Hold for 3, 2, 1. If your right foot is on top of your left knee, release. Bring the knees back to the center, flat on the floor. Make sure that the legs are still far away from each other. Inhale. Knees are dropping to the left, head turns to the right side. If you want more, left foot is climbing up on top of the right knee. And by the weight of the left leg, we stretch the right front leg. Quads, your hip flexors, a little stretch in your TFL. Shoulders on the ground. If you want to close your eyes, go for it. 1, 2, 3. Release the legs, bring them back to the center. And then lift your legs to the air, lift your arms to the air, take a deep breath, and just shake them out. Shake out all the tension from your legs, from your arms, from everything. Inhale, and then drop them into the ground. Exhale, release. Last little movements here. Wiggle out those hips, find a comfortable position where you would like to spend the last 3-4 minutes of our practice in your Shavasana.
It can be lying down on your back, maybe on the side of the body. If it doesn't feel good, just sit up. Use any props. Take a blanket to cover your body as you wish. Just make sure that it feels good. The eyes are closing down. And breath by breath, let the muscles melt off the bones. Feel how every inhalation calms the heart. Every exhalation makes your muscles softer. No need for your Ujjayi breath anymore. Let this calm breath calm the fluctuation of the mind. Arms, legs are becoming heavier and heavier. You couldn't move them even if you wanted. Find this beautiful paradox feeling in the body. That every exhalation makes you heavier. The bones like stones are dragging you down under the surface. But at the same time, everything becomes lighter. We leave the stress, we leave the burdens, we leave the pressure. The body is free. The mind, the spirit is free. Extremely heavy under the surface of the earth and super light levitating in the air at the same time. Relax all your facial muscles. Here in your Shavasana, connect back to our initial visualization. See that bubble around your body. That bubble that provides you a safe, protected zone where everything is calm, everything is simple, everything is on the right place. This bubble where you invited those who are important for you, those things that make you feel happy, those people who make you feel good, everything that you would like to share this joy, this peace with. Down here in your Shavasana, notice that there is way more space in this bubble than you would think. That you have way more energy, joy and power that can be spread. So breath by breath, let this bubble expand. Let this simple feeling of harmony, peace, be spread around you. Invite more people, invite more things. Stretch out the bubble on every breath. Knowing that there is space for all living creatures in this bubble.
Stretch this bubble out all the way till it meets other bubbles around you. And slowly bring the awareness back to your body. Without opening your eyes, take a long deep inhale through your nose. Turn your head to the left side and exhale fully. Turn the head back to the middle as you breathe in. Turn to the right. Exhale over your right shoulder. Back to the center, inhale. Slowly, completely exhale here. Step by step, bring the life back to the body. Start to move your fingers, move your toes. Make circles in your hands, in your feet, clockwise, counterclockwise. Wake up your arms, wake up your legs, wiggle your hips, move your shoulders, move your chest, move your spine. Perhaps turn your head once more from side to side. And then still lying here on the ground with your eyes closed, bring the arms up next to the ears over your head on the floor. And we have a full body stretching together. Take a deep breath, stretch your arms, stretch your legs, open your mouth and exhale, release. Bend your knees and turn to the right side of your body. With the help of the left hand in front of you, slowly sit up and find the way back to the same meditative position as you started our practice. Let the crown of your head again reach towards the ceiling. Stretch the arms up above your head, inhale. Hands together, and on the exhale, pull your hands back to the chest into Anjali Mudra. To close our practice, we sing one Om mantra. Inhale. Relax your head on the exhale. Chin to chest, keep the shoulders heavy, and let the thumbs come up to the third eye. Give a little pressure to your forehead in between the eyebrows. Guide your hands back to the chest. Gently blink your eyes open. Raise your head up and smile. Thank you for coming, sharing your practice. Have a nice day and hopefully see each other very soon. Namaste. That's it.